Imagine holding in your hand a coin minted more than half a century ago, small yet heavy with history. This is the South Africa 2 cents from 1968, a coin that whispers stories of politics, art, culture, and change. It may seem insignificant at first glance, but for collectors and history lovers alike, it is a treasure. The year 1968 places this coin firmly in a turbulent era. South Africa was adjusting to internal shifts, identity formations, and transformations in its national symbolism. In 1965, the country adopted a new decimal coinage system, and among the coins introduced was the 2 cents denomination. Unlike most denominations introduced at the time, the 2 cents was not part of the first decimal change but came in with the second decimal issue. OnlineCoin.club +1. The 1968 edition is particularly fascinating because it commemorates the presidency of Charles Robert Swart. OnlineCoin.club +1. On its obverse side, the coin bears a portrait of Charles R. Swart, facing left. His image is not just decoration, it's symbolic. Swart was the first state president of the Republic of South Africa and earlier served as the last Governor-General. His tenure marked transitions in governance and national identity. Foronum +3 OnlineCoin.club +3 Numista +3 Around his likeness, you find the country name and year of issue. In the Afrikaans legend version, it reads, SUID Africa 1968, with the initials TS for Tommy Sassin, the engraver. Foronum +3 Numista +3 OnlineCoin.club +3 The use of Afrikaans on some coins and English on others reflects the bilingual tensions in the country at the time. OnlineCoin.club +2 Numista +2 Flip the coin, and on the reverse you see a striking image, a wildebeest in motion. This animal wasn't chosen at random. It captures the wild spirit of the land, tying the coin to South Africa's natural heritage. Below the scene is the coin's denomination 2C, and you'll notice the initials JVZ for Jan van Zyl, who designed the reverse side. Muntstuk.com +3 Numista +3 OnlineCoin.club +3 The choice of the wildebeest motif connects currency to identity and landscape, rooting the coin in both power and the physical terrain. As for its physical characteristics, the coin is made of bronze, weighs about 4.00 grams, and has a diameter of roughly 22.45 mm with a thickness of about 1.71 mm. OnlineCoin.club +3 Muntstuk.com +3 Numista +3 The edge is milled, reeded, not smooth. Muntstuk.com +2 OnlineCoin.club +2 Early mintage records show that the English legend version of the coin had a mintage of 5,500,000, while the Afrikaans legend version had 5,525,000 copies. OnlineCoin.club +3 Muntstuk.com +3 Numista +3 Given these fairly high mintages, one would think the coin is common, and to some degree it is. But commonness doesn't erase interest, because so many examples were struck, most circulated, got worn, lost, or melted. Over time, only well-preserved specimens survive. Among collectors, condition matters, the luster you see, the sharpness of the portrait, the clarity of the wildebeest, all that determines whether a specimen is ordinary or extraordinary. In uncirculated or near uncirculated condition, such pieces can command far more admiration and value than a worn version. The rarity of excellent condition pieces is what fuels demand. To understand value, we need context. In most online catalogs and platforms, 1968 2 cents coins in average circulated grades often fetch small sums, fractions of a dollar. Foronum +3 Numista +3 Foronum +3 but in exceptional condition, graded and certified by reputable services, and perhaps with full original luster and zero damage, collectors may be willing to pay surprisingly high premiums. The story is simple: as time passes, perfectly preserved coins become rarer. If you can show that your coin never touched a pocket, never rubbed against keys, never got scratched, then it becomes a collectible in its own right, and there's more to tell. In 1970, South Africa redesigned the obverse of the 2 cents to display the national coat of arms and introduced the bilingual legend. OnlineCoin.club +2 Numista +2 Later, the material of these coins shifted. Copper-plated steel versions were issued until the denomination was discontinued entirely in 2001. OnlineCoin.club +2 Numista +2 By then, inflation and changes in currency usage meant that low-denomination coins became less practical. Wikipedia thus the 1968 coin is a snapshot of a transitional phase, both in design and in function. When you tell the story of this coin to viewers, emphasize not only its technical specs, but the sense that it bridges eras. It carries the face of a leader who embodied change, and the wild heart of a contested land in its reverse. It exists in 2 language versions, reminding us of contested identities. It survives mostly in worn forms, making pristine specimens rare and coveted. You may say, most 1968 2-cent coins are ordinary in circulated condition, but the really valuable ones are the ones that seem flawless, those that defy time and handling. Then show examples, 1 worn, 1 crisp. Talk about how even tiny scratches or spots can reduce value drastically. Educate viewers on what to look for: crisp rim, intact reading, strong design detail on sword's portrait, clear fur and hooves on the wildebeest, original mint luster instead of a matte or dull surface. You can also weave in a little intrigue. Imagine you find one in a box of old coins, mostly unremarkable, but this one glints like new. Could it be one of the rare survivors untouched over 5 decades? That narrative gives a human touch, a moment of surprise, a collector's dream.